Yes. Okay, now I didn't want to do another U.S. Open picture, but I wasn't crazy about what I saw with Ben Shelton yesterday in his match in the first round. In the first set, he said something, I think, to his, and listen, he's 20 years old, young, dumb, full of cum. I said this before about, and I like the energy, plays his ass off, hits the ball hard, beat Tiafoe, but you're going against, and it's not even that. So first set, I think he's winning, he's winning at that point, or even I think he lost the game. Yes, there you are, the mass comic. Good to see you. And Shelton says something to his camp, like, I got him, or he's scared, something, he said something, he mouthed something, and, he got his ass kicked. And then, he does the thing, which, with the guy, the sprinter that he's buddies with, which I respect, 3-time champion, what's it, Galloway? What's the guy he's buddies with? That's his guy. And, Djokovic is, this is the thing. You're going against the greatest. You haven't won anything, Shelton. You won an NCAA championship, and good for you. Yes, you were a great college player, and you've made it to the semifinals. You haven't won shit. You're going against the GOAT of people, Federer, Nadal, whatever you want to say. This man has 23 Grand Slam titles. You have jack shit. And I understand it brings to the cockiness, whatever, but there has to be a modicum of respect, of, I'm okay with certain stuff. Now, did Djokovic need to do the thing and he hung up the phone afterwards? Now they said it's what rivalry? He just started playing. You got a guy at the end of his career against a young guy. No, come on, man. Come on. Let's be honest. This isn't. And then Shelton said afterwards that, he said about the, what he said was actually better than what, that what's the flatter copying. I always say it wrong. I'm trying to find out what he said because I took notes on it and I was like, yes, what did he say? Yeah, he said, I didn't see it until after the match. And he really shook his hand and left. They said it was cold. What? Listen, he just lost. Shelton's pissed. I don't care about that. I don't like when I'm on social media and I see people telling me how I can or cannot celebrate, can or can't celebrate. Okay, if you win the match, you deserve to do whatever you want. As a kid growing up, I always learned that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Okay, so imitation. But, he's not going to change. I feel like he's a 20-year-old. 20-year-olds think they know everything. And, I guess I sound like an old guy when I talk like that. But I do like his energy. He hits the shit out of the ball, and he still lost in straight sets. I mean, he was up, and I thought he had him on his heels, and then bam, set over, bam, and that was the end of that. I saw Gumbo Chef yesterday. Went out to eat. I had paella, on 175th and Broadway. Really good. And I got some, what's the plantains, Maduros? I think that's what it's called. I'm not, I'm just a white Jewish guy. And, I was talking to Josh. And, Josh was talking to me. And I said, dude, he listens to the show and all that stuff. Yeah. Can you replay? Yes, I would love to. McAfee's not going anywhere, my man. McAfee is not, his ratings were through the fucking roof for it was on all the ESPN's platforms, his YouTube channel. No, he's not going anywhere. He is hotter than lava. So, mass comic, he's not going anywhere. I appreciate it, though. Appreciate what you say. Yeah. So, Josh, I said, you know what you are? You're a mensch. As the Jewish guy I am. I said, you're a mensch. You're just a good dude. And it was, he said, the JD mentions. I thought that was pretty funny. And I couldn't remember the name, Chris Paul. And then yesterday, USA lost 113-111 to Germany, and then Trae Young has this saying he says, he always puts up, he put it up right after they lost the game. And they thought, what I read about Trae Young is he's not physical enough. And international games are a lot more physical. So they lost to Germany. And Serbia, one of the guys was doing, Bogdanovic, one of his teammates, had been watching game film on SGA and said, I'm going to steal a ball from him. He watched his ball handling, and he did. And they were beating up Canada. Canada lost. So it's Serbia versus Germany. And Sam Quinn said, well, nobody remembers who wins the U.S. championships. And LeBron says that they think the King might come play for the Olympics, and that's what they said. And Steve Kerr said it's 1992. All teams have good players. I don't like that excuse. I feel like, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear. I mean, they're not even playing for the gold medal. They lost in the semis, and they lost to Lithuania in the pool round. So they went 5-2. I don't want to hear the other countries have caught up. You know what? The other countries worked their asses off, and I feel like a lot of these NBA players take it for granted, and they didn't get the best players. Other guys don't want to play because, their contracts and all that stuff. But I would think it'd be an important thing to represent my country at these events. And I know World Championships doesn't matter as much, but, these are guys who are playing for the country. And you had a lot of guys who weren't even starting for their own team that were playing on this team. And I'm not saying it to blow everybody out, but Germany, come on, really? I thought that, and then they lost by 2. I mean, everybody said this was like the D team. Talking to James, the F team, that's what Arenas was calling it. Like, yeah, I mean, damn. Yeah, that's, and we got big college football today. Yeah, Maduro is correct. Thank you. All right, greetings, Josh is here. Kendu's here. Greetings and salutations. Kev, I saw Kev. So they went to the company went to see their boys do their show. And I'm getting it wrong, right? It's Han and is it DiPietro? Am I right? Shit. Who runs that show? Who does that show? I always get that confused. But I saw Kev do. I saw Kev do in the picture you took there with the hosts. I was like, all right. So they went to see it at Margaritaville. Yes. You got to disagree. There are other countries are catching up. Yeah, they have caught up. But don't you feel that a lot of guys turn it down now from the U.S., that our top guys aren't on our team? That's what I feel they have caught up. And I feel like the fundamentals, and those guys can shoot the shit out of the ball, and they play defense, which a lot of the U.S. guys don't play defense. So that's where I'm like, so, I mean, hey, did you guys see, okay, I got to change. And I read a funny thing. So, this is before, I think this is before Josh and Mass Comic, but the Pony Express was the Craig James and Eric Dickerson, and then they got the death penalty. The SMU, so now they're going to go to the ACC. So it used to be the Pony Express. Now it's the Pony Access, the ACC. I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know, maybe you did. You're correct. LeBron and the vets do not play in those tournaments. Yes, they don't. And, that kind of sucks. So, but did you see the ratings for Thursday night's game? 27 million, largest for any audience since the Super Bowl. I mean, that's crazy. Now, let me tell you, Kadarius Toney was terrible. I did have Amon-Ra St. Brown, who had a monster game. Well, yeah, he had a touchdown catch, first touchdown catch of the NFL season. And Kadarius Toney had a lot of drops. He had that one that Brian Branch, in his hands, Brian Branch returned for a touchdown. Rookie, first game out of Alabama, returns for a pick six. And I missed the beginning of the game. I was out, and then I saw they fumbled in the first half in the red zone. I saw the whole second half, and he doesn't have the receivers. And they're going to say, well, he doesn't have Kelsey. And I'm saying, you know what, dude? I think you need more than Kelsey. And what that offensive lineman, they didn't call him for shit. He was jumping every goddamn play. And Jawan Taylor, I mean, every guy, and they were holding. I was watching. I was like, there were plays you could see the Detroit defensive lineman being choked around the neck. They didn't sack, no sacks, no goddamn sacks on Mahomes, and they still had a chance at the end. And Toney had a bad drop. I mean, don't put it all on Toney, but I'll tell you, they came to play. And Dan Campbell said it was expected. They're 9-2 the last 11 games. They go into Arrowhead against the defending champs, and they get the win. And KC was 22-18 coming in when trailing in the second half, which was the only team with a winning record. They lost, and they tried some play where I guess they could have got offsides. They did a running play, and even you saw Chunky, KC's head coach, looking like, oh, that play kind of blew up in our faces. Yeah, no real running attack by each game. But Jamar Gibbs, there was one play where he caught a screen pass, broke a tackle, and got like 10 yards and like three. And I mean, he is so freaking fast. They got to use him more. And Amon-Ra St. Brown didn't do anything at the end, but then they had that other guy from the Titans. What the hell's his name? He had a lot.